My pop. Oh, okay. We just started. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to Fanboys of Gaming live podcast. My name is Gustafer,
And I'm Michael.
And I'm Justin.
and this is my Attack on Titan pop figure. But that's for another day.
Ooh.
All right. So today we got a really nice show for you. We got free games on both Xbox Live and on PlayStation Network. We've got an ancient piece of gaming history, and we've got Nintendo designing their own emulator, their very own emulator to play games, which we know is going to be a hell of a lot better than anything you're going to be able to download online. Right, Justin?
Oh yeah, definitely. I could definitely say like if this also comes out in phones and make you pay like $15 for it, it'll easily be bought and meant to the highest top paid thing on Android, iPhone, and Windows. And
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's so easy to get emulated games. Like, I mean, if you own them, you can get the copy for free pretty much. That's what I think it should be. But I mean, if you don't, I mean, you should go out and buy it just to support the console
I, I
before
don't
trying to download it.
I don't know if they have any way to read that hardware though. I get what you mean. Like say you have like a Game Boy Advance game and you're basically like, well, I own this game. I should get it on the emulator for free. Like, well, how would you go about doing that? Would they like release some sort of peripheral that plug into your computer? You just like insert your cartridge into kind of thing, or like
Um, I think it's more like you put in the serial code of it. But I mean,
serial number?
Yeah,
yeah.
each game has a different serial number, so
True,
it could work. It'd be a lot of work, though,
true,
which I
true.
don't know if
I
they
don't.
want to invest.
I just
Go
think
ahead, go
that,
ahead.
like definitely these older consoles, particularly handheld consoles, it doesn't take much to run those games. It really doesn't. I don't think Android or iPhone or even any higher end smartphone would have any issue running these emulated games. I mean, maybe some of the details would be scaled back just for the fact that your phone still has to do its other things in the background, like check for email, just stuff like that. But like, I would love
Mhm.
to be just sitting on the bus going to class playing Mega Man Battle Network. I think that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, I feel like they'll probably cut out anything that's online, like Pokemon. I'm pretty sure you won't
Oh
be able
yeah,
to trade with people, just like every
yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
emulator. But I feel like if they're able to make some older consoles like the SNES or the 64 actually run on the phones and other emulators like that, it'd be sweet. Because if you see any of the emulators for the consoles, like they're they always run really choppy and slow, and the graphics
Oh yeah,
really take a hit for that.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, and Nintendo has a virtual console on the 3DS. And the 3DS, to be fair, is a lot less powerful than a smartphone. So
Oh yeah,
I'm
oh
sure
yeah,
it wouldn't be hard at all for them. They have tons of games in the virtual console, and
yeah.
like they got Ice Climbers,
I tried to
the
get
original Super
Super
Mario
Mario.
Brothers.
I
Yeah, on
tried to
top
get
of
Super
that,
Mario 64 on there, but for some reason it wasn't reading my credit card information. So I raged out and went and got Chipotle to try and calm myself down.
I hear it. I
I
mean,
love how
they
Mike
pretty
Mike
much
just
have
Mike just doesn't know
every
what to say to that. He
Zelda
just
you
looked
can
at me
think
like,
of.
uh.
Sponsor. Chipotle,
Chipotle is
Chipotle, please
not a
sponsor us.
sponsor.
We really
It'd be really great
like
if they were.
free Chipotle.
Okay, well, PlayStation and Xbox
They are
games
not a
of the
sponsor.
month.
Well,
That's the newer things right now.
What'd you
I'm
say,
sorry.
Justin? Can you repeat yourself, please?
The
We were
PlayStation
laughing.
Xbox games that came out, the ones for free this month.
Oh, Games with Gold and PlayStation
Oh
Plus. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. We got on PlayStation for the PS4. They have Rocket League and Styx Master Shadows. At least what I know of Styx Master Shadows is that it's an indie game, but it looks really good and it was really high end. It's 3D, like it's supposed to be like a PS3 kind of graphics game. It's else really. I was just turned off by the price point. I was like, I don't know if I want to buy this for $30 and then not like it. So it's great that it's free. Rain
Oh
on
yeah, I get you.
PS3. And then Vita has Geometry Wars 3, and then Entwined and Mousecraft will be available on all three for cross because of cross buy.
Hmm.
And Xbox has Black Flag on Xbox One, and they have So Many Me from July 16th to August 15th for So Many Me. And then
Oh,
Plants vs. Zombies on the 360 from July
yes.
1st to July 15th, and Gears of War from July 16th to the 31st.
Which is a very amazing game.
Justin's
Oh my
grinning
god.
at me condescendingly. He
The
doesn't like my
360.
hype over
I'm
Plants
jealous.
vs Zombies.
No, Plants vs Zombies was an awesome shooter. Like
Oh
as
yeah,
weird as it is, it was a
you
really
can
good
cover
game.
yourself all you want, but I'm coming for you,
I love
Go for
Plants
it.
vs.
and I
Zombies. The
will.
original.
I will eat you. I will eat you. I am a cannibal. But yeah, Mike was talking
Awesome
about
games
games
this
on
week.
PS Vita. I love PS Vita. Check out my PS Vita.
Mm.
Hey, don't hate on the Vita.
Oh wait, this
It's
is
already got enough hate.
this is
it's
a
already got
coaster.
enough
This is
hate.
not a PS Vita.
This is the Vita.
So the next big and upcoming thing, did you
Look
guys
at it.
see the ancient dinosaur that was discovered?
Yes! 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 I have to talk about this. As you are probably new to the podcast, this being our first official episode, I am a huge history buff, especially history of gaming. I really am. We have an article written by our friend Daryl on fanboysgaming.com. All right, it's a really weird chain. A son of a businessman with ties to an old Sony executive came across something called a Nintendo PlayStation. Those two words are usually not in the same sentence together unless it involves some derogatory terms. Now,
Yeah.
the cool thing about this was, for those of you who don't know, when the Super Nintendo was afloat, Nintendo planned to come out with a disc-based peripheral. I think I'm boring, Justin.
No, I'm sorry.
Justin's staring off in the distance like this.
No, my chinchilla is being weird. So
The chill isn't important. This dinosaur gaming console is. They partnered with Sony, who at the time had no experience with video games, to create this almost like it goes on the bottom. It looks sort of like a VCR, but also resembles the original PlayStation. And it has a controller on it that looks exactly like a Super Nintendo controller, but labeled Sony PlayStation. Now,
at one point they were the same company.
they were not the same company. They were partnered. Sony was doing its own thing.
Yeah.
They just weren't involved in video games at the time. And Nintendo came to them saying like, "Hey, want to make this disc thing for us? We'll give you some money and some rights to make your own games." And they were like, "Yeah, let's do that." Not like that. I made it sound way more way more bland than it actually was.
Sony was like, make money? Yes, please.
But basically, the really Nintendo was not very nice about this. When they were revealing the console at the place they revealed the console, they also announced that they were canceling their partnership with Sony. While they were displaying the new prototype, they said, "No, we're going to Philips." So Sony was pissed.
Yeah,
Sony
they were
was
And
not.
hence how Sony came back and took vengeance on them.
Oh my
Bam,
gosh.
PlayStation.
Nintendo, how does it feel that because you were snobby and couldn't break the news to them lightly, that they created that there are three quadrants of the gaming industry. We got Nintendo, we got PlayStation, and we got Xbox. And Nintendo, you gave birth to the evil that is eating you alive.
They gave birth to
Pretty
the
much.
monstrosity that is PlayStation, because Sony wasn't even gonna make PlayStation, but the fact that they had already
They
basically
had no
made
interest
it,
at the time.
yeah, they were like, this is stupid, it's never gonna get off the ground, we don't want to get into gaming. Nintendo was out there just like destroying everyone at the time. Not that the other consoles weren't good, it's just that that was the most popular console. NES,
Yeah,
Super Nintendo
Mhm.
were like the biggest consoles out there. There were other ones, but there were also a lot of like cheap knockoff ones that most people don't even know about.
The Famicom.
The
Or-
Famicom.
The
I mean,
Famicom.
that's the normal NES. So
Yeah, I just want to emphasize to our viewers that the rarity of this is incredible. This is one of the original 200 prototypes designed. Original 200. The majority of these, no one. You can assume that PlayStation just got rid of them or Sony got rid of them.
Yeah,
It
toss
is.
them in a dumpster.
It is an incredible find. If you look at the pictures on the website, you'll see that it's very like, yellow, just because it's so old. It was all white, but it's so old that
well, it's
Yeah, the
the
cream.
style PLA plastic or ABS.
oh
Like
yeah,
it's almost like there was like smoking next to it, how it just sat there and it got that tobacco coloring.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah, it does almost look like tar has been sitting on it for like 10 years.
if you watch videos online, there's an easy way to clean that stuff up with like a little bit of bleach in that mixed together with some water. I believe that's how they do it. And like
Yeah.
I've never really tried to do it to my older style consoles just because I think it looks good with the age on it.
Right? It's almost like it emphasizes
It's
the
like a
fact that,
fine
hey,
bottle of wine.
yeah, that's a really great way to put it. It's a piece of gaming history. And the only reason I find it so interesting is just, I mean, I always find history, especially in games, interesting, but just the fact that it was this prototype played a hand in what is now the PS4. Because
Yeah.
PlayStation would have never gone into gaming had this deal not gone sour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
I think a lot of it didn't even come from spite. I don't even think Sony was like, well, screw you guys, we'll show you. I think it was mostly like,
They
well,
had
we
the market.
it's already done. Like, we already have it. Let's just like redesign the chassis a little bit. And that's how the PS1 came about. Because, I mean, I'm looking at these photos and the Nintendo PlayStation is the disc pops out from the front
Mm-hmm.
like a
Oh,
DVD
yeah.
player, but the PlayStation 1 I'm pretty sure had a pop top.
It
Like you
did.
pressed the button and it opened up the disc reader. It opened up like some
But
top.
if you look at the Sony PlayStation, the Nintendo version of it, it still has the same two big ass buttons
Yeah,
on
it
the
does.
top of it, like it does the PlayStation 1, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
think is traits of saying Sony did design that, but Nintendo just never accepted the design in that, and they
Nintendo just didn't
Yeah.
like it.
yeah,
Now,
pretty much.
now, don't get me wrong. Nintendo may have set Sony on the path to the PlayStation, but PlayStation made a lot of good decisions along the way. The Philips CDI, which was for those of you that don't know, the Nintendo's partnership with Philips also went sour, and there was never any disk drive peripheral for the Super Nintendo, at least not one in circulation.
There were a lot of CDI games out there, but almost all the CDI games I've seen were not very good.
Yeah,
They're all like really choppy and bad.
Nintendo doesn't even acknowledge their existence. They are gross. But the emphasis was that they said the CDI wasn't exactly designed as a game console. It was designed to do a lot of things, and gaming was something you could also do on it. But it was bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. If you have time, go search some pictures of
Just search the Link game on it. It was the
the
best.
Link game.
The Legend of Zelda game was like the worst.
There were two. There was Zelda: The Forces of Evil. It wasn't even called The Legend of Zelda. It was just called Zelda: The Forces of Evil, Link and the Time something or other. But these things are a mess. It doesn't even look like Link.
No,
It didn't even
not
look
at
like
all.
They're
Link.
terrible. They're so terrible.
He looks gross. He makes me sad. But anyway, it's just and for all we know, Philips could have done a lot more with that if they wouldn't have. They didn't dig themselves into a hole. They put a nuclear warhead underneath them and blew themselves into the ground. So it just goes to show that even though Nintendo did push them, or more like kick them in the right direction, and Sony made their consoles all their own, and that's where their success comes from. They're doing it on their own. They probably don't even think about that. I doubt that there's anything on like, thank you, Nintendo, for royally screwing us, and now we have the PS4.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyway, I think that's all the time that we have for today. Check us out on fanboysofgaming.com for all of your latest gaming news. We're on the social networks, the Facebooks and the Twitter, and all those descriptions. Oh, all those links are in the
Down
description below. All right, and we are gonna get out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Well, Wednesday.
Wednesday.